Among the many psychological types outlined by Carl Jung, there is one that occupies a unique place, not only due to its rarity, but also because of the psychic complexity it carries, the intuitive introvert. According to Jung, this personality represents one of the most difficult modes to understand, both by others and by oneself. It is not a type oriented towards external action, the world of facts or observable emotions. On the contrary, it lives connected to a symbolic flow that emerges from the unconscious, guided by inner images, premonitions, and archetypal structures that escape common perception. This type does not operate from linear logic or empirical observation. Its compass is internal. It captures meanings that are not yet formed, perceives psychic movements before they become conscious, and is guided by a deep sensitivity to the invisible. The concrete world, with its practical demands and rational codes, often seems banal or irrelevant to it. And not because it is arrogant or disinterested, but because its attention is directed towards another dimension, a symbolic plane that often anticipates the present time. For it, facts are shadows of something more essential that is still in gestation. Jung described this type as someone who perceives what is about to be, but is not yet. It is a perception oriented towards potential, towards the psychic virtual, towards what is forming in the collective unconscious. This way of functioning makes the intuitive introvert sensitive to cultural, spiritual, and existential transformations that announce themselves before they become visible. But this sensitivity, as powerful as it may be, comes at a price. The world around it does not operate on the same frequency. Society demands proof, results, objective data. And what this type perceives by its very nature is intangible, at least initially. The result of this is an abyss between what it sees internally and what the world expects from it. Its perceptions are often ridiculed, ignored, or pathologized. It is the kind of person who intuits something essential about someone they have just met, who feels ruptures in the air before events occur, who senses outcomes long before the facts are confirmed. But when it tries to communicate this, it almost always encounters silence or rejection. Over time, it learns to remain silent, to keep its inner world as a private and impenetrable space. And it is precisely in this silence that the true danger begins. Jung left a clear warning. When this type does not find ways to translate its visions into language, art, or concrete action, it risks being consumed by them. The inner world, which should be a source of revelation, becomes a prison. Symbolic images, when not integrated into consciousness, begin to dominate the psyche with an autonomous force, and the subject ceases to be the one who contemplates. They become the one who is possessed by the images. It is here that Jung's dark warning takes shape. The gift of deep intuition, if not balanced, can turn into a process of dissociation. In this video, we will explore this trajectory in detail. We will understand how this type functions, what its specific dangers are, and above all, what transformative potential it carries when it manages to find a path of expression and integration. The journey of the intuitive introvert is not easy, but it is also not trivial. It is a journey between worlds, and understanding this crossing can illuminate not only those who live this psychic configuration, but also those who wish to comprehend the deeper mysteries of the human soul. In Jung's typological system, intuition is considered one of the irrational functions of the psyche. That is, a form of perception that does not rely on logic or sensory experience. However, in the case of the introverted intuitive type, this function takes on a deeply internalized direction. Unlike extroverted intuition, which seeks possibilities in the external environment, introverted intuition turns in